Now, this video is about a woman, a 29-year-old woman named Tasia Fortune, found hanging from a tree in Mississippi. Watch the video.
There was a lynching in America over the last couple of days. That's right, a lynching, where a woman was found hanging from a tree in an abandoned building's backyard. I want you to watch this story, and then we have to talk about this.
The Hinds County coroner has identified the woman found hanging from a tree behind a Jackson home this week, and it's a case that's now drawing even more attention.
That's right. A city council member says federal authorities need to step in. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams explains what he's asking for and why he says the investigation needs more eyes on it.
A young woman found hanging from a tree in the backyard of a vacant house in West Jackson has been identified as Tasia Fortune. The coroner says the 29-year-old woman had been suspended from the tree 3 to 4 days before someone discovered the remains Monday night. According to City Councilman Kenneth Stokes, the Jackson Fire Department had to use a ladder truck to remove Fortune's body from the tree.
That means she was high in the air. What kind of inhumane person will hang somebody in that manner? Everywhere you go, they talking about that hanging. I don't care where you go, to the grocery store, to get something to eat, people talking about that hanging.
The Jackson Police Department hasn't been talking about its investigation of the hanging other than a late Monday night social media post. JPD has been so tight-lipped, they haven't even sent out a press release.
Once upon a time, a press release would have come out quickly because of the sensitive nature of hangings in Mississippi.
All right, let's talk about it.
In a Thursday interview with 16 WAPT, Police Chief Rochelle Brackney refused to answer any questions about the hanging investigation. Councilman Stokes is worried. That's why he sent a letter to the U.S. Attorney's Office asking for help about the incident on Road of Remembrance. In his letter, Stokes says he wants federal authorities to assist police finding Fortune's killer and why they strung her body up in a tree.
Anything that they can provide to get this hanging case solved quickly. We need to have someone in handcuffs as soon as yesterday.
The Hinds County coroner identified the woman as 29-year-old Tasia Fortune. Investigators say Fortune's body had been hanging in the tree for 3 to 4 days before someone found it Monday night at the house on Road of Remembrance.
Hangings in the world of Mississippi, when you think of Emmett Till and others, it's a bad word. So surely somebody should say something.
Councilman Stokes says even if there's no racial element to this hanging, he says given Mississippi's history of lynchings, public officials all across the city need to step up and say this is unacceptable behavior. Reporting from Jackson, Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
A JPD spokesperson says the case remains an active investigation.
Tasia Fortune being found hanging from a tree is not just alarming. It's a sign that times have fully changed here in America to a time that we once thought closed. I remember studying lynchings in school when I was just a young person and they were a thing of the past. I was told that the last known lynching happened in the 1950s. But that's not true, and we know that's not true. There have been lynchings since then. James Byrd, for example, in Texas, that was strapped to a car and driven off by 2 white men who beheaded him during that act. And now this. For all of you pretending that racism does not exist in America or that there's no race problem in America, you're continuing this problem. Acknowledging that there's a race problem in America doesn't inherently make America a bad place. Doesn't make you a bad person to acknowledge it. But what it does do is continue the journey towards change and hopefully healing. But as long as there are people denying that these situations exist, there will always be more wounds being created, and there will always be people entitled and emboldened feeling like they can continue to behave in this way. We have to face this problem head on if we have any chance of ending up on the other side of this and creating a truly great society that is devoid of racism, racial violence, discrimination, bigotry, and hate.